Hey traders, John Howell here. I hope you're doing well. Today's video we're going to have a look at the US indices and moving forward through to the week, what we could expect in the market. So let's get straight into it. Do not place a trade based on what you're seeing in this video today, because trading is risky and it can cause substantial financial loss. There are so many areas you need to become good at to become a good trader. Emotional mastery, chart reading, trading systems, money and trade management. So this video is just educational only to help you become a much better trader. Alright, so what we're looking at right now, we're looking at the S&P 500. We're going to go through the indexes and I'm going to show you what I see. So firstly, what I see on the daily chart, so we've got the daily chart to the left and we've got the weekly chart to the right. And so what we can see, the market's actually obviously been coming down, and it's getting down towards here right now. We're getting increasing volume as well too. And so we're at this point right now. So just to me, it makes sense. Why wouldn't we want to see, it looks like the market's trying to target these lows down here of 1800. Now, if I bring up the weekly chart, open up the weekly chart just a little bit more, you can actually see that last week was a pretty significant down week in total on the S&P 500. Look at that big down week. I don't actually think we actually can see a bar or candle that big overall for a week in a long time, apart from this one here. So this one here was probably for high to low, it was around about a 6% drop. From high to low, yeah, we're talking about a 5 to 6% drop. So very, very similar to this bar here, and we did get a turnaround. But this bar here, or this down day or this down week here, is a lot different. And the reason why it's a lot different is because now we're creating an overall major lower peak. So things are changing here. The tune is changing on the overall US indices. And the reason why I say that is because if you look at these, we've got this higher trough here, and if you wanted to call a higher trough here, is maybe a few little troughs here, but there's probably a peak there, maybe a trough there as well too, maybe equal peak, equal trough. And you can see here, this was a lower trough, big major lower trough, compared to this one here. You've got like lower trough, this one here, lower trough, this one here, lower trough to this one here. And now what we also see is we can see that this one had the high up here. It couldn't quite make it, but it did make the lower peak, and now we're heading down. That tells me that this down bar here, we are really, really unlikely to see the bounce moving higher like we did with this bar down here. Because when the market moved down, it came back up and moved back up higher, because we've got this overall major lower trough in the market. Makes sense? So that's showing a big change in the markets. Now with this volatility comes great opportunities in the markets. And for me, I love volatility. Give me the volatility, especially the strategies I'm trading right now in the markets. So the Dow Jones, very, very similar. In fact, if you look at the Dow Jones, it created so many, this latest trough back here created so many different, or so many lower troughs than what I'm trying to say is we had this trough here, we had this trough here, we got this trough here. This trough here, this major list where it got down here, this actually trumped this one, and trumped that one, and trumped that one. So this trough here actually went lower than the last 3 troughs going up. It went bam, came down, came back up. As you can see, that was the high there. It came back up. It could not hold it. Some people are saying this looks like maybe a bull flag. It did look like a bull flag. It's now gone out of like that through there. So I'm saying the Dow Jones is likely to open up, and we're likely to get another selling week down to, I would say, down towards these lows at least on the Dow Jones. Why wouldn't it want to go there? It's rolling over right now. Things are happening. And if you look at the Dow Jones, and I just noticed that just then, this actually looks like a left shoulder. This overall thing looks like up here looks like a head, and this looks like a right shoulder. Look at that big, massive head and shoulder. So I'm telling you right now, guys, that this here does look like the top is in. Okay, this does look like the top is in, and to me, you have more probability of this market getting hammered over this year than we've seen in the past. So, guys, major weakness in the markets overall, especially on that. Especially when you start looking at the Russell. Now look at the Russell, just bam down. The Russell, as we can see on the Russell, it's just The Russell is the weakest. And if you are on a strategy where you are trading stocks just on the Russell alone, then be prepared to get hammered, absolutely hammered, because the Russell is where it is right now. I have a target of, this is the obviously the mini Russell 2000, but I have a target of the mini Russell 2000 to down here at 82, 84. That's my target there, and I believe that's going to happen, obviously, you know, within the next few months at least. So that's where I'm looking at on the Russell. If you start to look at the Russell, start to look at what's happening there, guys, looks like I've got 82, 84. I have a target of that through there. And it's just a simple of just looking at it. Just this is weak horse. So this is weak as you can look at. So guys, we're going down. There's no chance we're going back up. So that's what I'm looking at these charts. And now look at the Nasdaq as well too. Look at the week. Look at that. It came up. It created this major lower peak. I don't remember the last time we actually did that and created some serious movement on the downside. Now, the reason why I say this week is much different than any other week is what we call volume analysis. And so volume analysis simply means if we are moving in a direction, and I'll do another video on this, I don't want to make this video too long, but if we are moving in a direction, like we're moving down here, and the volume's picking up, that means this is a true movement. It's not a false movement, it's a true movement. And so that's the reason why this week is different than any other week out there. So anyway, guys, I'll probably create another video that's going to talk more about the volume analysis, but I wanted to show you what I see on the markets. Guys, we're going down, down, down. There's no chance this thing is going to go back up again. No chance. We are going down. So anyway, guys, this is John Howell here. Remember, success can be yours if you go claim it. So step up, take massive action, and face your fears today. Hey, it's John Howell here, and thanks so much for watching my video. You see, I'm putting out daily videos and education on helping you learning the art of successful trading. So click on the subscribe button to keep up to date with every video I do. Also, check out my story video, $250,000 in debt, cancer, overweight, family passing away, lived on the streets, and more, and how I overcome it and now thriving through my life. This is here to motivate you, so click on that image to watch my video. And lastly, if you're struggling with your trading, then you need to see my latest webinar where I'm sharing with you an amazing strategy that allows you to generate an income without getting the direction right. So click on that image on this page to register for my next free webinar. This is John Howell here. Remember, success can be yours if you go claim it. So step up, take massive action, and face your fears today.